Secrets of Space.
Oh, there we are. Howdy, howdy, everybody. Oh, shit. I forgot to, yeah. Oh, we're way behind. I'm fucking up the show already. We're just starting. My microphone's all fucking weird. We haven't started the movie. But tonight, we are watching Dead Heat.
Yes, the action horror buddy cop B-movie.
Attempted comedy.
Cult. Yeah, attempted comedy. I would say everything in the movie is genuinely funny other than Joe Piscopo.
Yeah.
You know?
That when I was watching this, that was something that really stuck out at me. How painfully unfucking funny he is in this movie.
He's horrible.
And I was never one of those guys, like, because he was a punchline for a long time. Like,
yeah.
Never one of those, like, thought it was really justified. Like, he got kind of shit on for no reason.
I don't know if it was no reason.
Well,
I think
there's
he did
a reason.
leave his wife for, like, the babysitter. I remember that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Like a 17-year-old babysitter, you know?
I think he used to come on, like, Howard Stern, like, way back in the day.
Yeah.
And,
His wardrobe in this movie, I really feel was his wardrobe. And
they just told him to show up, and, like, that's how he was dressed.
You know, the super extra tight, small T-shirt to show off his muscles, the giant shoulder-padded leather jacket.
Yeah.
You know, the perm, the Robert Brady perm.
He... For somebody who was, like, supposedly at the height of his popularity at this time, he's fucking terrible in this movie.
Horrible.
Yeah.
There are times when characters in this movie look at him in annoyance of his shtick, and I feel like there's no acting involved.
Yeah,
there's
that's
shots
they
of Treat
broke character.
Williams,
Yeah,
looking at him like, you fucking dunce. What am I doing in this movie with you?
Yeah.
I was the Prince of the City with Sidney Lumet, I was in Once Upon a Time in America, directed by Sergio Leone.
And now I'm talking to Joe Piscopo.
Yeah, I'm a zombie cop with Joe Piscopo.
I remember, like, seeing bits of this when I was a kid, like when I was with my dad. And I honestly
Was he a fan?
No, he was just
he was just on.
Watching it. Fucking, I gotta stop doing that.
What, the fucking?
Yeah, I'm still working on that. But yeah, like I never actually saw this all the way through.
Oh wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm an owner of this film.
And a lonely heart.
And I love with the exception of the Joe Piscopo stuff, I love the movie, but not every movie's perfect.
Honestly, there are things to like in this. I liked, like, some of the action stuff, like when Treat Williams is in the he's just, like, shooting all the dudes later on, like at the morgue.
Yeah.
Like, that was a cool scene. He's just
the
like
whole
a fucking...
sequence in the Chinese restaurant.
Yes.
With the reanimated food.
Yeah,
That was
great. With the giant, like, reanimated cow.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. And when there is a spoiler alert, when Joe Piscopo, look at it here. The first scene right away, we see Treat Williams driving his cool car, because movie cops can either drive a cool car or a shitty car.
Yeah.
Because the car either has to be played for the effect of showing how cool he is, or later on when they're having a chase, it has to be shown wah wah.
It is also like played to show how, like, thorough and
meticulous.
Yeah, exactly what I was looking for. The straight-laced cop is.
Yeah,
because
he takes
sometimes
care of that car.
Yeah, sometimes it's the bad boy cop who has it, but sometimes it's the straight-laced cop who you don't think is going to have the nice car. But there's, like, every scene where he's going out to it, he'll like wipe a spot off of it or something. Like
like, case in point, first Beverly Hills Cop, right? Axel Foley comes to Beverly Hills. He's the fish out of water, and he's the he's from the streets, and he's driving this piece of shit Nova. He goes to that hotel, and the guy gets his bag, and he's holding it like this, showing you like how like low class everybody perceives him. But then in the second movie, when Eddie Murphy was the producer of the movie, and Eddie Murphy was really involved, he starts driving a cool car.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In the first movie, they were making it a whole, like, part of the plot was him renting that car, without the captain's permission.
Yeah.
And they're afraid he's going to wreck it, And then in the second movie, he just has a car like that, Because I think Eddie Murphy's ego kind of took over in that one,
Yeah.
But then you watch the new one, he's back to having a shitty car. They're
Yeah.
like, we need to go back to what worked.
Which I
know?
did watch, and I did enjoy that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I do recommend it. It was like back to basics. Like
Yeah.
it was like a sequel to the first two, but it did also reference the third one.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of reference. It kind of was shot like part 2. You know, like they went for the Tony Scott look.
Yeah, the kind
know?
of glowy look. Yeah.
And they used the music from part 2 and part 1.
Yeah.
You know, I was happy to hear Shakedown in there. That's an underappreciated Beverly Hills Cop
Kenny
song.
Loggins tune.
No, Bob Seger.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I always thought it was Kenny Loggins. No shit.
It does. You know what? You're right, though. That's got a real Loggins vibe. I
Yeah.
never thought of it that way.
It's somebody
Yeah.
with a beard is singing that song.
Some white dude with a beard from the 80s singing that tune. Shakedown, breakdown.
On the flip side, I was driving back here before we started recording, and I heard Caribbean Queen on the radio, and I was
wow.
blasting that shit, man.
Yeah, I remember being so confused about that song when I was a kid because the way he says it in the song.
Caribbean Queen.
Yeah, Caribbean. Like, I thought to myself, am I saying that word wrong? Caribbean? Like Caribbean?
Yeah.
Or is it Caribbean or is it Caribbean? You know?
I think he actually is. He's saying like Caribbean Queen, like he's saying Caribbean, but like he's just like stressing a weird part of it.
Poetic
to make it
you know,
match up with the
poetic
music, yeah.
licensing, I don't think goes that far though. You know, where you
Yeah.
change a word that much.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
But yeah, I had that shit blasted.
that's a great tune.
Yeah.
Great tune. You know, she walked by me in painted on jeans.
Yeah. But dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
All heads turned because she was the queen. I don't need no fucking Google phone to look that shit up.
It's all up here.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hold on, we have a visitor. But yeah, if you're hold on, we'll just keep going. You're all good. You're all good. We are. This fucking scene was. I did it again. This scene was actually. I like this scene too.
Take it
the
easy,
shootout.
Dice Clay.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you're watching along, we are at
Oh, I love the inclusion of Robert.
Robert Picardo.
Robert Picardo, yeah.
We're at like exactly 9 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
We're at the shootout. Oh, sorry, 7 minutes into the movie. The shootout with the two thugs.
And there's Piscopo's shoulder padded jacket. I mean, he looks like a linebacker.
He looks like an asshole. Like how? Like, do you think like Picardo and like Treat Williams were off to the side? Like, we gotta fucking deal with this guy.
Yeah.
Like,
This
Yeah.
non-thespian.
Yeah.
You know? Although I don't, even though I don't think Treat Williams was like that. My little brother met him one time, and he said he was really nice.
really?
He used to come to town all the time. His mom lived in Schenectady.
No shit.
Yeah, actually, when he passed, they brought him to Albany Med to try to save him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. That's crazy.
Yeah, because he lived in Vermont, but the nearest trauma center was here. Yeah, my brother, when we worked at the airport, he said he came into town and he was came up and talked to him, and
Yeah, he's like one of those weird like celebrities who live around here. You don't even realize. We've talked about
Yeah.
this before. I think like fucking
Yeah.
John Hurd fucking used to live around here.
fucking John Hurd did.
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing about that, but I like John Hurd.
Oh, wait, not John Hurd. Who was the guy who played the cop in The Sopranos, like the crooked detective?
That was John Hurd.
Okay, yeah, he did.
Yeah, I didn't
Because I
realize
used to when I worked at the theater, he would come in all the time.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, hey man, fucking,
He's in one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
that I would love to do on this. It's not a Thursday Night Prime movie,
We
but
can explore the space, man.
It's a movie that I have like a big theory about.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
And it stars him and Jeff Bridges.
What movie is
It's
this?
called Cutter's Way.
I remember the name. I have never seen it.
Oh, it is a brilliant movie. It is from maybe 1980 or 81.
All right.
And he is a Vietnam vet, John Hurd, and he has one arm and one leg and one eye.
Yeah.
You know, he's like Captain Ahab, pretty much.
All right.
And Jeff Bridges is his like yuppie buddy, who just kind of breezes by, and he sleeps with married women, and he just kind of like falls his ass back into cash and stuff.
Yeah.
And Jeff Bridges witnesses someone dumping a body, and then the whole movie winds up being about him, Jeff Bridges, and John Hurd trying to solve this mystery. And I have this this idea about how it's like an unofficial prequel to The Big Lebowski.
Really?
Yeah, because like the two of them, it's not a comedy. But I feel like this could be the dude and Walter before The Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's about this war vet and
Yeah,
this
Vietnam
loafer,
vet, yeah.
this loafer who are best friends. Who don't, you wouldn't think that these two guys would be best friends. Why is a Vietnam vet in The Big Lebowski best friends with a hippie?
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Yeah. It never occurred to me.
And in Cutter's Way, it's the same thing. It's like these two guys hang out. They just like each other, even though they're so different,
Yeah.
And they're trying to solve this mystery. And it's such a good movie. Such a good movie.
All right. Speaking of movies... Dead Heat.
Dead Heat. Oh, we're on a commercial now.
We're on a commercial. As we try to go back to it, we're on a
Yeah,
commercial.
Well, we were talking about how awesome Treat Williams was.
Yeah.
I
did like the makeup and effects in this were pretty good.
Oh, they're
the
awesome.
Zombie stuff, yeah.
They're awesome, yeah.
Honestly, the only thing I really, really did not like was Joe Piscopo.
Joe Piscopo. Yeah, I was saying today that Dead Heat is like a beautiful model with a birthmark.
Joe Piscopo shaped birthmark.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said. A Joe Piscopo shaped birthmark, because they're going to celebrate that birthmark today.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, look at us. We have the birthmark model.
We have this hilarious birthmark from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. That's on the back of his book. The hilarious birthmark from Saturday Night Live. His only claim to fame that he's in a bunch of Google image searches standing next to Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. I played Frank Sinatra before Phil Hartman. Yeah, Hartman was better.
Yeah. You were a little bit too heavy on the Jerseyness there. All of his jokes were about being from Jersey. That one character was, I'm from Jersey, you from Jersey?
Yeah. Yeah. What were we thinking as a people in the 80s?
Yeah. To allow Joe Piscopo to reign.
Yeah.
No
offense personally, but I don't get it.
I think he was just riding on Eddie's coattails. Eddie was fucking huge. He was a cultural phenomenon.
And he was just the guy standing next to him.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was another guy on the show.
Yeah.
Because if you watch those episodes from back then in full, they are not good. The Eddie Murphy stuff is good.
Yeah. No, that was definitely the dark ages for Saturday Night Live.
And so it's like he's in some of those funny Eddie Murphy sketches because Eddie needed people on the side, But, like Eddie Murphy, when he was a cast member, would come out and do the monologue.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't do that with anybody now. Nobody that now on that show is big enough.
Yeah. God, no.
Now I would compare their cast to the other cast back then, because now there's just a ton of people on the show that just aren't funny.
Reading, we were just talking about this before we started recording. I was reading that Bob Odenkirk book, and he talks about how the show it's just corporate factory comedy.
Yeah.
That just gets cranked out, and it doesn't have that same.
There's no edge
bite.
to it.
It didn't not only the original run, but in the 90s, when the early 90s when you had Farley and and Hartman and he talks about Jan Hooks and those guys a lot. And Dana Carvey he talks about a lot.
Carvey. Oh, yeah. Who I swear is one of the zombies in the movie who gets thrown into the hot tub and killed by the
Oh yeah. Yeah, when they're fighting, I know you.
He electrifies them with the boombox.
Yeah, you're
right. It's the 80s. Oh, and here's Darren McGavin.
TJ Lamb, what's going on, man?
I'm so glad to see Darren McGavin in this movie. The cast in this movie is fucking great. Darren McGavin, the old man from A Christmas Story, the Night Stalker, Kolchak, Vincent Price.
Yeah, the Christmas Story, he's amazing in that movie.
Yeah. He's embedded in my brain.
Son of a bitch.
My dendritic spines, Yeah.
Oh, yeah, TJ said Darren McGavin makes every movie.
There's old Marvel comics of Kolchak.
Are there really?
Yeah.
Did not know
Look
that.
for him in the bargain bins. I mean, not the bargain bins, but, the dollar, comic
the
bins.
discount
I've seen
bin,
them around, I picked up some old ones recently. Some old Justice Leagues, from the 60s and 70s, and
all right.
Excuse me. Some movie comic adaptations. Like I picked up one of For Your Eyes Only.
Oh, nice.
I picked up.
I had a couple James Bond comics in my comic bin.
Picked up some Indiana Jones ones from when Marvel started doing them right after Raiders. It was before they'd even done any other movies.
Yeah.
And maybe the Dark Crystal. I think a Dark Crystal one. I used to love those movie adaptations. You know.
Yeah.
I think I might have a Darkman in there too.
I had the Batman 1989 one when I was a kid.
Oh, you know what? They have a great graphic novel compilation of all the Batman 88, 89 comics they did, and the Superman 78.
Oh,
ones
really?
Where they did, it was like stories based on those movies, but it's stuff that like happens in that world, but it's not just the story of the movie.
Yeah, the Batman 89 comic is like the Harvey Dent story where he turns into Two-Face, and like it's Billy Williams.
Yeah, and the Superman one has what's his name, Brainiac in it, I think.
All right.
Which
was supposed to be Superman 3.
Right, it's just Richard Pryor.
Yeah. Is that the building from Biodome? It was like,
wow.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know,
that's
man. I don't
what
watch
it was.
Pauly Shore movies.
Oh, you lived through the 90s, motherfucker. You've seen a Pauly Shore movie.
Okay, I've seen Son-in-Law probably about 50 million times because we had Showtime, not HBO, when I was a kid, and they seem to have a blood contract with Pauly Shore because all
That
of his
movie was
movies
on
show.
a lot.
Son-in-Law,
In the Army Now,
Jury Duty, Biodome, all of those ones played nonstop. But I could not watch Biodome because I put my foot down at Stephen Baldwin.
He was the deal breaker.
Yeah, and somehow William Atherton got his name above the credits in that movie. How the fuck did that happen? He must have said
because he knew he was there to lend legitimacy to it.
Yeah, the only way I'm going to do a Pauly Shore movie is if my name is above the credits. But no one knows who William Atherton is. It should have just said Pauly Shore, Stephen Baldwin, the bad guy from the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the guy who played the asshole in like 50% of the movies in the 80s.
The dickless guy from Ghostbusters. I remember when that movie came out and seeing his name above the title and going, what?
There are Kolchak novels, audiobooks, and a 50th anniversary graphic novel. All right.
Oh, wow. Is this somebody commenting?
Yeah, moonstonebooks.com.
That's awesome.
That is our friend TJ Lamb, who brought us a bottle of bourbon at the convention 2 weeks ago that disappeared. It was maple vanilla bourbon, which disappeared in about an hour.
Because you drank it or someone stole it?
Oh, because we drank it.
You made it sound like somebody stole it.
No. My liver stole most of it. Yeah. Yeah, we got drunk at that convention.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's usually the guests who are getting drunk and not showing up.
Yeah.
You
are smoking crack in the bathroom.
Yeah. Who is that?
The guest who's no longer with us.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I won't say.
Yeah. Back to Dead Heat.
I was just going to say that.
Treat Williams, awesome as ever, awesome eyebrows.
Joe Piscopo's horrible fucking leather jacket.
I remember Bobcat Goldthwait doing a bit about Oliver North in the 80s, saying how, like, when he would try to look earnest during the Iran-Contra, if you squinted, he almost looked like Treat Williams.
I do remember that bit.
I feel like they wanted Meg Foster for this lady's role here, but they just couldn't get her. Meg Foster, the red-haired actress with those
piercing eyes.
Pigment-free eyes.
Was she in?
She's in They Live. She's in Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, she was Evelyn, I think, in Masters of the Universe.
Some sort of sorceress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I remember her having some kind of like metal skull cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie in its entirety. Wanted to see it when I was a kid because I loved He-Man. Then when I tried watching it as an adult, it was just such a horrible movie. I couldn't get through it.
That was my like itchy and scratchy movie. Like The Simpsons, where Bart never sees it when he's a kid.
Oh yeah.
I never saw. I was a huge He-Man fan.
Yeah.
Never went to see the He-Man movie. To this day, I've never seen the He-Man movie.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
it's really got nothing to do with
that it is. So
the cartoon or the show or anything.
The last the Kevin Smith seasons of the show, the cartoon they put out, have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, he's got shoulder pads in there. You can see them.
Yeah.
Why? if he's so muscular, and I really think it's because he's not as big as he tries to make himself look in this. For one, when he takes his jacket off and he's wearing his super skin tight muscle shirt, t-shirt,
again to make himself look bigger than he normally
his shoulders
is.
are so fucking narrow compared to his head, right?
Yeah.
He's also wearing big giant cowboy boots just so he's as tall as Treat Williams,
Yeah.
who I think has movie star height.
5'8".
Yeah. No, I think Treat Williams is a good 6'1".
All right.
He's like I feel like he's like a classic, leading man where like he got a lot of roles probably because just of his looks, even though he's a good actor. Like, he's a handsome guy.
We just need a face.
Right. You know, I think he's one of the things that makes him a great actor is the fact that he's not a fucking snob because he does serious movies and then he does movies like this.
Yeah.
He does movies like Dead Rising.
Oh my God.
He does the Substitute sequels, which are not that bad.
Deep Rising, that was it.
Deep Rising. What did I say?
Dead Rising.
Dead
that was
Rising.
that zombie video game.
That's right, Deep Rising. Yeah,
Yeah.
the one about the giant
Tentacle
CGI.
monster.
It's Cthulhu or something.
It's him and Famke Janssen.
Famke Janssen. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember we saw that. I think at the Cine 10.
Yeah, the Cine 10.
Yeah.
Directed by Steven Sommers, one of the worst directors of the 90s.
I like the first Mummy movie. The second one, though, is a serious decline in quality.
Those effects.
Yeah, the CGI
Wow.
does not hold up
Wow.
for sure.
I don't think it was good at the time. It seemed cheap to me at the time.
I mean, I worked at the theater when the Mummy 2 was out.
This is so great.
And the Rock 2 Scorpion King scene was one of the
Wow.
theater check scenes. So I saw that scene a lot.
That is some bad shit.
That is possibly the worst CGI in movie history. This creature looks cool too.
This is awesome. He looks like that guy who plays the big biker in every movie, with the beard and the long hair.
Yeah, usually has sunglasses on.
Yeah, he's the guy who scams Clark Griswold out of all his money in the desert. He's the sheriff and the mechanic,
But yeah, this big giant like biker ogre
with 3 faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this whole movie has a real Evil Dead vibe. Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, that's probably what they were going for. I mean, this is
Yeah.
88, that was 87,
Yeah.
so like it's probably
It's like
what
these
they're
things
cashing
just
in on.
keep coming at them no matter where they are, and there's always like an added flair to it. It's like the last one was at a 6, this one's at an 8.
Yeah.
And they just keep upping the ante. Which is good. Like don't break out the big fucking monster right at the beginning. It's not until the third act when they have to fight the giant barbecued steer. And they get the guy who's a Mogwai salesman to play one of the villains.
Yeah. Whose name is like Thule. Like that's
Thule. What an awesome villain name.
It's close to Thulsa Doom.
I was
Conan.
thinking it's straight out of Robert Howard.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. Thule was Thulsa Doom's like summer yachting buddy.
Thulsa and Thule.
Thulsa and Thule.
This summer from Fox Searchlight Films.
Yeah, it's like a Mason and Ivory picture. They're a couple,
Yeah.
like in their late 60s, pondering life.
So you see like the 60s, like 1960s Riviera. They're like on a sailboat.
Yeah, and their love is forbidden.
Why have we written this movie in like 30 seconds?
And Thulsa's always talking about the power of flesh, and
Ooh, I heard there's a snake preserve. In this port.
Is that all you ever think about? Snakes?
What about me?
Well, okay, let's talk about you and the Mogwais. More and more Mogwais.
These things are fucking everywhere. We're in a boat. They're always getting wet. Oh man. Oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna need to write that movie.
Starring Timothy Chalamet as the boat boy.
Timothy Chalamet.
The
the
deck
boat
boy.
boy that fucking Thule lusts after.
That one, the song from every steamy '90s movie. The do 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 do.
Yeah. It played, I think, every third Baywatch episode when there was a love scene. Every fourth Silk Stockings when there was a love scene.
Oh man, that like whoever wrote that had to have like gotten
made bank,
ridiculously
right?
rich just off softcore porn in the 90s. Like,
yeah, off of Cinemax After Dark, of the Red Shoe Diaries. Every episode of the Red Shoe Diaries, I'm sure, has that song in it. You know, that guy goes to parties and they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And he's like, "I'm a musician. Have you written anything I know?" And he's like, "Do do do do," and they're like, "Oh." He doesn't even say the name of it. Why even bother saying the name? of it?
yeah. Just has to steal a little riff. Yeah.
It's like when Gary Glitter goes to a child brothel and they're like, "What did you write?" You know, and he's like, "Na na 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 na." Hey, you know?
Oh.
Because that's what Gary Glitter does.
Gary.
Yeah.
TJ said the power of flesh, a lesser known Huey Lewis B-side.
Oh my God. That's the power of flesh. It's like the original lyrics that they were trying to convince him to change. He didn't want to change it.
We're going with flesh.
Going with flesh. That's the Dennis Reynolds in him.
That was another conversation before we started.
To feel the flesh. Tear the flesh.
To wear the flesh.
Wear the flesh, like Brock Toon.
Yeah. Oh, man. Phil Hartman was a goddamn treasure.
Yeah.
To tear the flesh, to wear the flesh, to be born into worlds anew, where Brock Toon's flesh is the key.
Okay, on Dead Heat, they're about to use the resurrection machine on Treat Williams, which I love the whole idea of the resurrection machine.
Yeah.
And
what does it do? Just shocks the shit out of him.
Yep. It's like he's on one of those like metal pin things they used to have on the shelf at Spencer's.
Yeah, you like make a thing of your hand or like put your face on it. Like,
how many fucking diseases were spread in the 1980s and 90s through those?
Probably a lot.
I would love to read, a scientific paper on that, like something in the journals,
How Spencer's spread diseases. In the 90s.
They were personally responsible for COVID. It all started with Spencer's. It was those pin things and those glowy lightning balls.
Everybody wanted to touch them, yeah.
Everybody wanted to touch them, And the irony is they sell disgusting sex toys, But it wasn't those
which are clean, yeah.
Right, which are clean, and they weren't spreading any diseases. It was the goddamn pin thing.
Ball,
what are those things called?
I don't even know.
Right? Does anyone know what those things are called? That pin thing? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the ball thing with the ball swinging balls.
I do know the name of that one.
Oh, what is that?
It's Archimedes' Cradle.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. But yeah, it's always going to be the swinging ball thing.
It's the swinging ball thing.
Yeah.
I got one for my daughter when she was very young. And within minutes, all the balls were tangled. And I realized she's too young for this.
Yeah, well.
Oh, my child's such a genius. Here, play with this.
Well, nope.
Not such a genius, sorry. Still a baby. That's every parent. Oh, my child's such a genius.
Yeah. Oh, all right, misjudge that one.
She looked at a wall today,
Oh. Back to the movie.
Yep. Treat has just been resurrected.
Which is a treat on its own.
Darren McGavin's wearing a double-breasted suit. This is Treat's ex-wife. Because in every 80s movie, there has to be a character who is the ex of the main character. For some reason, every 80s movie has like an adversarial relationship.
Get back together or
yeah,
not?
They got to fight with each other and then eventually kiss at the end,
TJ commenting that he was a Spencer's manager in the late 80s.
Oh, wow. He must have sold a lot of dildos. Or maybe not. I don't know.
A lot of fart spray.
Are people too ashamed to buy the dildos? Ask him. Or is he can hear me right now.
Yeah, were people afraid to buy the dildos? Did they have the dildos?
Because they do have a lot of sex toys in there.
Yeah.
I've never seen... Well, I don't know. I mean, I've never hung around to watch anybody buy anything.
I've been into a Spencer's in probably 20 fucking years.
I would feel like a creep, not from buying sex toys. I'm not shaming anybody for that, but because I'd be buying them from a teenager.
Yeah.
Like, are you old enough to even buy this yourself?
I remember the day I stopped shopping at the mall, like for things for myself.
You stopped buying your suits at JW?
No. This was when I was in college. I wasn't even that old. I was in college, right? Mm-hmm. And I was walking around. I went into like Hot Topic, and I was just like looking around. And the guy's like, "Oh, you need anything? Like, you guys have any backpacks?" He's like, "For you?" Nope, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks.
See ya.
Yep.
Go to bed, old man. Holy shit, for you.
He said, "Nope, the light up ones were oddly popular.
What?
The dildos.
Oh,
at Spencer's."
light up dildos. Of course they have light
Well,
up
you don't want to
dildos.
lose track of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, right. You go to a restaurant, and they give you a light up dildo so you know when your table's ready, you know.
Light up and buzz. Yeah.
Yeah, light up and buzz. Well, they all buzz, yeah.
7-inch sold better than 9s. All right. Good to know.
Yeah, you know. Speak from experience. No.
7's a whole lot easier to stomach, if you will.
To consume.
Yeah.
To stomach. Oh, my God. Woo. Sound effect. Yeah. Treat looking handsome as ever. Those eyebrows don't need trimming.
Yeah, Joe, you just should be trimmed. from
Yeah,
the
you
movie.
just stay there against that fucking column there.
Yeah, lean there and look stupid.
Yeah.
You're doing perfect.
Yep. Just try to look primate-like. Oh, and we haven't even spoken about Treat's name, which abides by all 80s action movie cop naming rules.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
His last name is a pun on the entire story.
Well, his whole name is Roger Mortis.
I know Roger
yeah.
Mortis, rigor mortis, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean the Mortis in particular, you know.
And I'm not ashamed to admit, it took me a few extra minutes to get the Roger part.
Yeah.
Like when I heard Mortis, I'm like, oh, okay, because he's gonna, he's dead. Like,
Yeah.
oh wait, his name's Roger Mortis.
Yeah.
Duh. Oh.
His name is Roger. He is a shrub up. It looks like. Oh no, they're still there. I was gonna say, did they take out Joe's shoulder pads there?
No, they're there. He's not that wide.
You know who I found out the other day is a lot smaller than I expected is Dennis Quaid.
Really?
Yeah, his crazy ass was on Joe Rogan, and
what
there's
the
a
fuck?
picture of him standing next to each other, and he is head to head with Rogan, and Rogan is a tiny guy.
Oh, he's a little dude.
Yeah,
Dennis Quaid is another dude.
he is
can't-
insane.
Yeah.
Big, fat, bulging head.
Everybody thinks Randy Quaid is the fucking crazy.
Yeah,
one.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. They are cut from the same cloth. Those two. It was his whole interview was it was all about how he's not afraid to talk about how he supports Trump anymore. Yeah.
God. Fuck
Dennis
off.
fucking Quaid. And now I know why Meg Ryan is ain't with him no more. You know,
Yeah. She's way too classy for him.
she's too much of an angel.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, every month, some woman with big hair and an oversized sweater would try to return a dildo.
Wow.
Yeah. Nope.
Is that like a fetish?
Oh,
You know.
well, we should write a sketch about that.
That they want their
dildo
used-
return. That sounds like a Mr. Show sketch.
Yeah, you know.
Dildo return fetish.
They want like someone to touch the dildo they used or something, or maybe it really doesn't work. You know, maybe
It's not even. Maybe it's just not. It's not even like you. It's just the act of returning the dildo is the sexual. Yeah.
You know, because like I worked in enough customer jobs when I was younger where there was just like always like an element of weirdness every once in a while. You know, because like I remember like working at places where if there was also a woman working there where like guys would from time to time take money out of their pants, like right out of their pants, and try to give it to the woman.
Yeah. No.
And they would just say, no, I'm not taking that.
Yeah.
You know, this guy used to come in all the time he was a big guy, over 6 feet tall, probably 300 pounds. He would wear the tightest bike shorts imaginable. He used to walk around Colony. You probably saw him.
Probably.
And a T-shirt that was equally as tight. It was like Piscopo tight.
Yeah.
And this guy would always come to the theater and always like he probably was a sex offender, I would say.
Most likely, yeah.
And this guy would pull money out of his fucking shorts and try to give it to a woman.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. And that's Joe Piscopo.
that
man was Joe Piscopo. I think.
Oh.
He hasn't become undead yet, it seems. He's not rotting yet.
This is like right after he dies.
Yeah, he's still handsome and still wearing his by the book suit. Because I noticed when he starts to rot, he starts wearing a cool suit. Oh, yeah.
He's holding up the panties.
He's holding up her panties. Yeah, there are so many times in this movie where he just does or says something that makes you fucking hate him. Like, there's a part where Treat Williams is starting to go pale because he's dead.
Yeah,
you know? And he buys lipstick.
Yeah.
And,
I know what you're gonna say. Yeah.
And like they, and so Piscopo, to cheer up his dead friend, just uses some light homophobia to cheer him up.
It really brings out your eyes.
Yeah, and then later in the movie, when Piscopo has become a zombie as well, but for some reason is a zombie, where he does whatever someone else tells him to do. None of the other zombies do that. Treat Williams doesn't do that.
Yeah.
The only thing that wakes him from the spell is when Treat Williams reminds him of that little bit of homophobia. And he wakes up from the fucking spell.
It did it is weird, like weirdly shocking now how like that was just in a movie, like in the 80s.
It was in every movie.
Yeah,
it was in
just
every movie
out there. Like
there was always a gay joke or or even an F-bomb. The Monster Squad.
Yeah,
I'm playing that for my kid, and I'm like, whoa, like the kids are calling other kids that, and like it's like, oh yeah, I remember getting called that.
Yeah,
yeah, every day. I remember that. Yeah. Oh, the 80s.
Yeah.
And like you just had to deal with it,
Yeah.
There was no canceling those people.
Just daily hate crimes, like casual hate crimes.
When I played Little League.
And I'm not saying that like remember the good old days.
Yeah. It's not like Frank talking about it, on Sunny, Those were the days, I remember playing Little League, I was playing outfield because I sucked. And I found a batting glove on the ground. And I was like, wow. My parents weren't buying me batting gloves when I played Little League. That was money we didn't have, Pick up the batting glove, put it in my pocket, right? End of the game, I'm walking out of the field. It's sticking out of my back pocket, and this kid on the other team just comes lunging at me. F, you stole my glove, you F and F, you. We were like 10.
Yeah.
And he's with his parents. And like this, it was just so acceptable then, right? Am I wrong?
No, that's how it was.
And I was so fucking frightened. I was just like, I found it on the ground, And like that's how, just prominent that was back then.
Yeah. No, it was just out, open, and accepted.
Yeah, and like it had nothing to do with what it implies it has something to do with.
Yeah.
But it was just used as like a catch-all.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, if a dude wanted to insult you.
This is the Dana Carvey scene.
Oh yeah, there goes Dana Carvey. Treat's been shot by Uzi fire. Piscopo with his tiny shoulders and his big head.
You could tell he's using his hands to like make his
make his biceps look bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so insecure. He's already clearly in good shape.
Oh, he's got a big sweat ring on his shirt. Like,
but he does have a giant head.
Yeah. To quote Dana Gould, it looks like a container you put heads in.
That's funny. I'd have to say too, the when this movie really flows the best is right after he dies.
Yeah.
Right after he dies, the movie becomes like
nonstop
kick ass.
Yeah, the middle part of this movie is really does when it picks up. We have Vincent Price showing up.
Yep.
And then, like, I don't... One thing that didn't make sense to me, like, he was behind this the whole time.
Right.
Why would he leave the clue on the lampshade?
What was the clue on the lampshade? Was it a phone number?
Yeah, it was the numbers that spelled out body doc.
Yeah.
Which is Gavin McLeod... Not Gavin McLeod. Darren McGavin's license plate.
You got me there, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I never thought too much about the logistics of this movie. It wasn't even until watching it the last time that I noticed that Piscopo becomes the zombie, but Treat just becomes a zombie.
This whole scene, I'm going to rewind it a couple seconds. Watch his background acting. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Like,
like he doesn't know what to do with his hands and shit.
He doesn't know what to do at all. He's like staring up.
Maybe he's trying to get attention
Yeah.
while he's not talking.
And again, like nobody was like, dude, you're sweating through the shirt. Like, it looks disgusting. See, he's just looking up. He's not looking at either of them.
What is he looking at? Is he watching TV?
Like, what the fuck?
Is he posing?
Now, yeah, he just looks down his shoes.
He's posing. He's flexing and he's sucking in his gut this entire movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, now he's like mugging a little bit, like smirking.
He's trying to do Blue Steel, and there go the biceps.
Yeah. Again, not looking at either of them.
And he's got to have like 4-inch cowboy boots on or something, you know.
Yeah, he looks taller than Treat Williams there, unless he's standing on something.
With the perm and the boots, he's a little bit shorter than Treat. What is that weird phone back there that looks like a face peering around a corner? That's a
TV. That is a portable TV. It's a JVC, I think Sphere it was called.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you goddamn stereo or TV Wikipedia? Holy shit!
I just know I've seen it a couple times. Yeah. Are you looking for logic in a movie where Treat Williams is a zombie and someone trusted Joe Piscopo with a gun?
Yeah.
that is the fatal flaw in this. Yeah.
The whole movie, he's doing this like rooster.
Yeah, strutting around, doing his stupid cutesy face,
his stupid mugging. Oh my god, he looks like a catcher's mitt. Oh, here comes the required 80s movie horror scene where someone looks in a mirror and their face is rotted away.
Yeah, their hair comes out.
Although he doesn't pull his cheeks apart like they do in other movies.
Stick his tongue out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he have nail polish in there?
Oh, there it
That
is.
was cool looking too. The zombie when he looks in the mirror. This movie really is undone by Joe Piscopo. Like,
Yeah. And it's so ironic because they clearly hired him because they thought he was going to make it funny, you know?
and it's the opposite.
And then everything else winds up being funny except for him.
I like that they don't even like explain how he dies. Like, he just shows up. Like, oh, he's dead.
Which one?
Joe Piscopo.
No, Darren McGavin resurrects him at the end.
I know, but they just find him at one point. Like,
They find him in the aquarium.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden Darren McGavin and Vincent Price have his body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't explain like how he got into the aquarium. Like,
Yeah. Oh, I just assumed the thugs showed up and killed him. You know?
yeah. But I mean, like, it's one of the main characters of the movie. Like, at least give us. Let's say "Old Country for No Country for Old Men." Like,
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, right. It's not. That's about vanity.
yeah,
Life ain't waiting on you, Ed Tom. That's vanity. I fucking love that. I think the filmmakers just got fed up with Joe Piscopo, and they said, "I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Fuck it,
kill
yeah,
him.
just get him outta here."
Yeah, just tell him that he can take a couple weeks off." They made the dummy, stuck it in the aquarium, and then
finish the movie without
Yeah,
him and left town.
Yeah. That's why in Hollywood they say you got Piscopo'd
Yeah.
if they, like ghost you.
Hey guys, I'm back. Guys.
Guys, yeah.
Oh.
Crickets and fucking tumbleweeds.
Picture Jim Belushi in the Piscopo role.
Oh
Better
my
movie.
god.
Because he'd know. I don't think so, because he'd be doing the same bullshit.
Yeah.
Mugging and
Yeah,
fucking.
he'd be trying to be funny, but he's not really funny, Belushi.
Yeah.
He's in a couple of good movies from the 80s. I'll give him that, but I think it's just because he's in a lot of movies from the 80s.
Yeah.
He threw a lot of shit at the wall, and most
Some
of
of
it
it stuck.
slipped off. Yeah, a couple of them stuck, right. But, he still is, he made a small appearance in Abraxas Guardian of the Universe, Jim Belushi.
Yeah.
A movie starring Jesse the Body Ventura and Sven Ole Thorson.
Sven Ole Thorson, yeah.
I mean, he's in some bad shit.
Here's the scene in the butcher shop.
Yeah, some great effects.
This is very Evil Dead rip-offish.
Oh, yeah.
But it is cool. I will give it that.
Evil chicken wings.
The pig.
Killer barbecue pigs.
Why would the eggs explode, though? They're not like fertilized eggs.
Have you ever been in a demonic Chinese restaurant?
Yes. Just the once.
The liver on the face. Yeah. Well, it's an Evil Dead 2 thing again.
Yeah.
Everything is just animated, from the evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, yeah, look at those big heels.
Yeah.
It's like whenever you see footage of Robert Downey Jr., doing press somewhere, and there's shots where they show his feet. My God, that guy wears some giant platforms. They are fucking huge.
Really?
That guy is so insecure about his height. It is crazy.
That doesn't surprise. Whenever I hear him on Howard Stern or whatever, when he does an interview, he does sound like the guy who's pretending to be the easygoing guy.
So centered and easygoing.
Yeah, but you can tell he's really fucking high strung, behind the scenes.
Yeah. And it's all because he has to appear that way for insurance purposes, because they don't want old Robert.
Old
Robert
crazy drunk in the bushes Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, exactly. Drunk in the bushes. He's always going on about now I do my Kraut Maga and and my judo.
Yeah, here's the reanimated cow, which again was cool. I thought
so cool, a headless. Not even a side of beef.
But this is stupid. He just grabs it with a hook and one hand pulls it over.
Well, he's really tough.
Yeah, it is Joe Piscopo.
It is
Joe
Piscopo. What I'm curious about is why everything in this in this meat cooler has been barbecued while it's raw.
Yeah, yeah, it's all raw, but still has sauce on it.
Yeah, are they marinating them? I don't understand.
Why is nothing refrigerated?
Yeah, well, the whole room is a refrigerator.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize.
It's like a walk-in cooler.
Oh, those are supposed to be the cooked Peking ducks, the window ducks.
It's something I've always wanted to try. In
Yeah.
movies, everyone gets a Peking duck when they go to Chinese restaurants and movies, and I never see that at actual Chinese restaurants.
Yeah, I feel like it's not going to be as good as I'm expecting it to be.
Right?
Yeah.
Like those spare ribs I always see people eating in movies.
Those are okay.
I've never actually had those.
Yeah. But yeah, I want plus I've seen how they're made and it's not appetizing. They have to they boil it and then they blow air under the skin.
Oh.
To separate it from the meat, and then they barbecue it, and then put the sauce on it and shit.
I don't know. The one time I had duck, I didn't really care for it anyway. So
I like duck. It's good, but it's way too fucking bony.
it was kind of greasy. The one I had.
It is a fatty animal, yeah. But when it's done right, it's good.
Joe Piscopo pretending to read. Well, actually, he's not even pretending.
He
makes a joke in this movie about how he doesn't read.
Yeah, he's thumbing through papers.
When he's not making jokes that are about how much of a pig he is, or homophobic gay characters.
Yeah,
it's about how stupid he is. He makes a joke about. I say a joke, but. He makes a comment about how he's never been inside of a library before, I believe.
Yeah, we know, Joe.
Yeah.
We
know. God, he really has a monkey face, doesn't he?
He does.
God. What a monkey face.
Again, just to be clear.
This is Joe Piscopo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking commercials.
To be. They know how people like to butter their bread, and that bread is called, or that butter is called
Money.
Dead Heat.
Oh, yeah, that too.
When they uploaded this, they were like, "We are gonna make big bucks off of this one."
People are gonna flock to Tubi to watch Dead Heat.
When they see Piscopo's guns and this,
It's got Treat Williams in it.
yeah. Oh well, him too. Yeah. I was just thinking of the sex appeal of Piscopo's guns.
Robert Picardo.
Yeah, Robert Picardo. Yeah. A lot of women like that bald mustache look, you know.
I did not realize he played the cowboy in Inner Space.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even better is that they had to make up Martin Short to look like him at one point, you know.
Yeah.
After he goes through that transition. One of the most disgusting comments of all that Piscopo makes is at the end of the movie. He says, "Do you think we'll be reincarnated?" And Treat Williams says, "What do you think we'll come back as?"
God,
and
yeah.
Piscopo says, "I'm hoping as a girl's bicycle seat, not a woman's."
Yeah.
A girl.
I thought he did say women's.
No, he says girl.
Oh, God.
Girl. He's so fucking gross.
Seriously.
You see, now Treat is in his cool dead guy clothes.
Yeah.
I love it. He's wearing a
The hand
bowling
wraps,
glove.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the gambit glove.
Yep. Mon ami. This is how every 80s movie cop had to do research. The library. Going to tattoo shops. Going to the library.
Yeah, to ask for information.
Yep.
And then go to the library.
Who did this tattoo? You know? That's in every goddamn 80s movie. Microchip wizard, there's got to be a twist. It said microchip wizard on the letters at the bottom. I don't know what it actually was in reference to. But Treat Williams did just said these sound like a bunch of wussies. He's so funny.
Tommy Treat shops at Chess King. Chess King, wow. Used to be one of those in Mohawk Mall.
Yeah, they had to be tailored specifically so you could roll the sleeves up, you know. And not any suit jacket you can do that with, you know.
Pop the collar.
Yep. Oh, let me pick out a Tommy Bahama shirt that's going to go with that. And, you know, him being local, he probably got it at Mohawk Mall.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
His mom lived in Schenectady.
He went to the Boston store one day. And, my mom took me to Chess King and merry-go-round.
Have you ever seen all those pictures of him on the set of Empire?
No.
He's an extra on Empire.
Treat Williams?
Yeah, he was dating Carrie Fisher at the time.
Oh, Empire. Oh, yeah, Empire Strikes Back. Okay. I thought you meant that show Empire with fucking.
I don't know what that is.
It's it's about like a rap mogul like.
Oh no, sorry, I was just
like Terrence Howard was.
I was just being using brevity. Yeah, for Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, no, he's like one of the soldiers. Like
one of the snow soldiers.
Hawk
yeah,
base.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
I don't think you see his face on screen.
Yeah, no.
But he's in there somewhere, you know.
Way to go, Treat. Also, good nailing Empire era Carrie Fisher. Hats off to you, sir.
You sound like Piscopo, man. Come on.
Fuck yeah. God damn it. Pass it up.
She was in the throes of addiction during that time.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Weren't we all? Yeah.
How dare you? She was dating Han Solo.
Ooh, yeah. Hoo-ha.
There's a hot one in the old town tonight. God, I just want to take that jacket off him and just whip him with it. The leather jacket, you know.
Just beat the piss out of him
Yeah.
with it.
Oh, God.
If you are watching along, we are at 49 minutes and 40 seconds. There is still like almost a half hour of this fucking over a half hour of this movie left.
Well, that's why I was saying before. Once Piscopo dies, it really picks up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Once they
it's all straight action. You know. He really, I think he must have a lot of Neanderthal in him because they have that pronounced jaw, face
yeah, like
area.
the Ron Perlman like mouth.
Ron Perlman was what came to mind too. He's like Ron Perlman without the talent, you know, and without the looks. You know?
Yeah.
Ron Perlman is way handsome.
The looks, the charisma, the talent.
He's got it all. He's like Barbra Streisand. Oh, you know, I love this scene when the only two women characters in the entire movie meet each other, and they are immediately struck with like extreme jealousy of each other over Treat
Williams.
Yeah. One of whom is his ex-wife, and the other a woman he just met a few hours ago.
A zombie who's about to die in a few
right.
hours. Spoiler.
And they're both like,
ooh, there we go.
He's even got a cool haircut now that he's dead.
Well, you know, Tom, hair is actually dead skin anyway.
It keeps growing after you die. Yeah.
You know, I read something about how that's not true.
Your
because your
skin
body's
recedes.
receding.
Yeah.
So it just gives the appearance. It'll still be on like 50 internet lists tomorrow that are somehow thrown onto my feed because my phone is listening to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Maybe I should start wrapping it in foil. That's not crazy, is it?
No, not at all.
Electromagnetic extrasensitivity. It's a real thing.
One of my dad's friends when I was younger, like, which was going crazy and would say like, there's people like beaming messages through my windows, so I had to like foil up the window. Like I get like cornered at a party and he'd be telling me this shit. Like, okay, man, like cool.
So that's when you hid a walkie-talkie and his belongings, and you started sending messages from beyond at night.
I know Xenu too.
Yeah. Go outside and paint your neighbor's dog. He's got dark eyes now.
Piscopo really is unlikable.
Yeah. Ugh. This chick digs me.
No, nobody digs you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was such an 80s character, too. Like the
hornball?
The hornball, yeah.
Yeah.
There was just a character that just constantly was hitting on every woman they met, you know? I mean, I'm sure there are real people like that, but why did every movie have that character? I mean, a lot of sitcoms have that, too. If there's a sitcom with a bunch of characters, there's always an idiot, there's always a slut.
Yeah.
You know, it could be a man or a woman. I mean, they're treated differently, but, there's always a slut.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know enough about Friends to talk shop because I really didn't watch it. But, like, I know that they all abide by one of those archetypes, you know? They got a dumb one. They got a slut.
Yeah.
You know? They got a fucking, like a neurotic one, you know?
Yeah. Dead on.
Yeah, I mean, the only one that doesn't abide by that is Seinfeld because they all abide by, like, they each have all those qualities.
Yeah.
You know?
I've been off Seinfeld for a while. I'm just getting back into it again. Like,
yeah.
I gotta take breaks every now and again.
Yeah. I'm doing that with Sunny right now. I got to take a Sunny break.
Yeah, I'm almost back again. I'm almost back.
Started watching King of the Hill, and it was like, I haven't watched these in a while. These are good.
Yeah. I don't know if this is real or not, but I saw a thing this week.
I don't know if this is real or not. You call me crazy.
In the reboot, they're going to do like
Bobby. Of what?
King of the Hill. Bobby's going to be 21.
Yeah, I read that too. And he's, I think he's like a fusion chef.
Really?
Yeah.
they're gonna like they have to age like you have to have like a time jump because they have to explain like Dale being gone, fucking
well they
Luann, Lucky.
They started filming stuff with him.
Oh,
when
really?
He was alive. They'd already done stuff with what's his name there?
Oh shit.
Rusty.
Yeah.
Rusty Shackelford.
Rusty Shackelford.
Yeah.
Admiral Rusty Shackelford.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna really suck. He was so funny.
Yeah.
You know? And Brittany Murphy.
Yeah. And Tom Petty, too.
And Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Shit, they're both. Wow.
Yeah.
That is bizarre to think of.
Yeah.
He was so funny. Late series characters are never funny.
And he was funny.
And he was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know?
Lucky.
You know, he was no
Cousin Oliver.
I was thinking of the guy Cousin Oliver. Wow.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
Totally
the guy
date
who played
ourselves.
Jefferson on Married with Children. Not on Married with Children though, because I liked him on Married with Children. But when he came on Happy Days,
And I will say I like Jefferson better than I like Steve.
better than Steve. Yeah, Jefferson's actually funny. Steve is not.
Yeah.
Steve's
yeah.
a snob. You know.
What the fuck was it? Was not Anson Williams. Ted McGinley.
Ted McGinley,
Yeah,
right?
I
When he
just
came
watched-
on to Happy Days.
Yeah, I just rewatched Revenge of the Nerds the other day.
Oh yeah. You know what? I was thinking about Revenge of the Nerds too recently because the guy who plays the villain in that one is now like some sort of, liberal actor activist. You know?
Oh God.
And I may even agree with stuff he says. I have no
Who
idea.
was the villain in that one? I'm trying to think.
It's Bradley Whitford.
Oh yeah.
I see that guy
yeah.
on news shows all the time, like debating with actual.
Yeah, I do
know.
actually agree with him on a lot of stuff.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Like, but I just hate when actors are like that.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
just because you played a political figure.
Exactly.
Yeah, like does it
you
mean
were on the
are?
West Wing, and now all of a sudden you're a fucking commentator on the news.
Yeah, it's like when Martin Sheen would weigh in on
Oh
stuff.
my
like,
god! Yeah, come on, Ramon. You know?
What does the fictional president have to say?
Yeah. Ramon Estevez.
Hoo-ah. Let me just get that wire right in camera view. Whew. Gotta say, I've been on like a drinking pause for like the past week or so, and I am nice right now.
Piscopo's dead! Yay! In a creative way too. Look at he's unrotted. I think they filmed this out of sequence. In the last scene, he had the black rings around his eyes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh God, I'm so glad you're dead.
This movie got so much better.
Yeah.
And this scene makes no sense either. Where
She just starts rotting.
Yeah, like why? If you like knew you were about to die, like why would you spend that time showering?
Yeah. Yeah. Hanging out with Joe Piscopo?
Yeah.
Forget the shower. Hanging out with Joe Piscopo.
Yeah,
I beseech you.
seriously.
Yeah, she's just so calm about it, too, as she starts rotting and falling apart.
By the way, I'm about to die.
Yeah. It's like if she did the Rutger Hauer speech from Blade Runner, it might change it a little bit, you know? All those memories gone like tears in shower.
Like shampoo and shower.
Yeah. She's got that 80s walk-in shower that everybody had in movies, too.
I was thinking, like, how dangerous is that shower with that just one jagged panel of glass? Like,
Yeah.
if you slip, you could fucking decapitate
Yeah.
yourself.
1,600 square foot bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Did he hear her starting to rot? He looked down at the hand. Got some cool time lapse there.
I mean, it is a cool makeup effect, I will say.
Yeah.
Like, that wound just kind of opens up in her hand.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm kind of a sad girl.
Oh, I'm dying.
I'm dying. Ugh. She's got Bell's palsy. Oh, he made the face you never want to make to a woman.
Ugh.
You're not getting it. Oh!
Ooh.
That was a big, effect gag in the 80s was having someone rot away.
Everybody's trying to go for that, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, like,
Yeah.
melting Nazi thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, such a weird scene. So out of nowhere.
Yeah, like, okay, it doesn't really move the story forward in any way. It just gets rid of a character.
I think they just needed to get the girl out of the way so they could do all the man stuff at the end, like solving the case and killing the bad guys. We don't want a
Get
stupid
these
girl around.
women out of the way.
Yeah.
Like,
She's already, declared she's not going to be banging either one of us. So let's get her the
yeah,
fuck
so
out
it's
of here.
clearly, yeah. I mean, as J.D. Vance would say, no use for either of these women.
But check out that couch. Yeah.
Hey.
Hello.
that a-
lazy boy.
Love seat.
Could he be considered a pedophile if he likes lazy boy couches? That's a lazy boy, JD, not a lazy man.
Oh. Wait a minute.
That's a chipwitch.
Ooh, I can go for a chipwitch.
Oh, yeah. I remember that was one of those things like those movies we were talking about before where I never had one until I was an adult.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mother wouldn't buy those. That was like a luxury or something,
Yeah, yeah.
And then I remember being so disappointed because the cookie was so goddamn hard I couldn't bite into it. Because it's frozen, of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like I like frozen ice cream, but a frozen cookie? What the fuck?
Toll House makes ones that are pretty good, too.
Yeah. The makers of the Klondike bar, they make one that's an Oreo. Ooh. I haven't had it, but I had a coupon for it, and I went looking for it, but they were all gone.
Everybody else got the
Yeah,
coupon,
every time
too.
I get
Yeah.
those coupons, all the shit's gone. Especially if it's a free item. Do you get the coupons from Hannaford?
Yeah.
Every once in a while you get a free item, and then you go to the store and you spend an hour looking for that item, only to find out that they don't have any left.
There's also like when you when you need something, not knowing that it's on sale, and you get to the shelf and it's bare.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Like, I keep hearing, I know this isn't a political show, but we're in the midst of an election right now.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing, like, Trump talk about how great it was, supposedly, when he was president. But for, like, 2 years when he was president, you couldn't get anything in a grocery store.
Yeah.
He keeps talking about inflation.
They couldn't deliver the mail at one point.
I remember going to the grocery store for almost 2 years and not being able to get toilet paper.
Yeah.
Or fucking peanut butter.
Yeah.
Or like butter.
I saw this online. Like somebody made a supercut of like him talking at that press conference the other day with news clips from like the time he was president underneath, and it's just like all this horrible shit.
People were selling toilet paper on eBay.
Ugh.
Yeah, I do. Remember people were hoarding masks?
It's that great episode of fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm with
Albert Brooks. Yeah.
He's a hoarder.
He's a COVID hoarder. Like if they had limits on how many items you could buy. Like if you went and found toilet paper there, it would say on the shelf, you could only buy 2.
Yeah, 2 per customer. Yeah.
Because people were hoarding them or they were selling them.
Yeah.
Like you want
Because people are garbage.
Yeah. Like you could deal with that, or you could pay $1 more for bread or whatever. And what happened was after those items came back, they were all raised in price.
Yeah.
That's when the inflation hit.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything to do with fucking Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. It was after that fucking period of nothing on the shelves.
Starting to think this Trump fellow might not be on the up and up.
I remember peanut butter. You couldn't get it at all. And when they came back, they were over $1 more a jar.
Yeah.
The Jif was.
I abandoned Jif. I was always like hardcore. Fucking Jif is the best peanut butter. Skippy Natural. Fucking. I was never a Skippy fan.
Oh, yeah.
Skippy Natural with honey. Oh, that's my peanut butter of choice now. Way better than Jif.
Had to abandon Jif. I came home one day early from work, and Jif was banging my wife.
Found him with my wife.
I heard some rustling in the bedroom, and as
Yeah.
I came in the room...
No, but that is now my peanut butter of choice. Skippy Natural with
Wow.
honey.
Oh, Skippy. My Nana would buy Skippy when I was a little kid. And
Yeah.
I remember I did not like having peanut butter at her house.
Oh,
Dead heat.
yes.
Treat is almost fully rotted.
Fucking dead heat in here, goddammit. It is
Yeah,
warm.
it's goddamn hot. We are in a garage.
You
They're
have
in
to,
a car
the
hole.
door is closed to the house because fucking Donner won't shut up.
Now that you mention it, he's been quiet for a while.
I definitely double drugged. And plus, Amanda's home, so he's probably
Oh,
just
okay.
hanging out with her.
Feel like they got Tom Noonan's stunt double to be that zombie. You know, he was the bad guy in Last Action Hero at the beginning with the axe.
Yes.
He was the
what was his? I forget what his name was.
it was like the not the Cutter, but it was like
Was it the Cutter?
It was something like that, right?
Yeah. I have enough beverages, goddammit.
He was also the Tooth Fairy in Manhunter.
I just recommended that movie to somebody the other day.
And a local connection, he was in Schenectady, New York, that Charlie Kaufman movie.
Oh yeah,
And he played Philip Seymour Hoffman's understudy, who like follows him around, just observing Philip Seymour Hoffman because he's going to be playing him, and so he's just like this annoying actor.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Was he Happy Gilmore's dad and Billy Madison? Was he Happy Gilmore's dad and Billy Madison?
Wow,
He was Billy Madison's dad.
that should be on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. He was in a Sandler movie, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Happy Gilmore was always more my speed. I wasn't really
Yeah.
crazy about Billy Madison.
I did prefer that over. I just watched that again for the first time in a while.
I had friends who were into Billy Madison, and they wouldn't stop quoting it, and it just annoyed me, and I didn't want to see the movie. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, Happy Gilmore holds up.
They're making part 2 now.
I don't know if we need that.
Well, I'll watch it.
I'll watch it, but
You know?
I doubt it's going to be good.
You know, the last one that I remember seeing that he did for Netflix was pretty funny. Was that Ridiculous Six one? The
Yeah.
Western.
I didn't
Sandler.
watch that Spaceman movie. I kind of wanted to see it, where it's him like in space and Paul
Yeah.
Dano is a spider.
Uncut Gems was really good.
Yeah, I do like
Yeah.
that movie.
But it's one of those movies I never want to watch again.
Yeah, it's like the Joker. Like it haunts
Yeah.
you when you
Right.
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just and the whole time I'm watching it, it's one of those movies where the main character just keeps doing shit, and you go, "Fuck, come on."
Yeah, like I think the thing that for me is just how cold the ending is. Like
Yeah,
it's just like no thought, just boom and boom.
Yep.
Fucking
Yep.
let's get out of here.
That
Yeah.
ending, yeah.
Perfect example. Yeah.
Man is dead, girl cries.
Movie over.
Movie
Credits.
over,
Yeah.
Blue Moon. The coldest ending in all of history, American Werewolf in London. Just yesterday I was thinking how much I want to watch that right now. What a great movie that is.
Yeah, I am holding
No
off.
Joe Piscopo at all.
Not a trace of Piscopo anywhere.
Piscopo in sight.
I am holding off until like Halloween season to watch that. Like,
You know, and for the sake of sounding like a horrible pig, I'm glad that John Landis' son was a horrible sex offender because it got them to stop allowing him to make a remake of it. You know?
oh yeah, was that good?
He was making a remake of American Werewolf in London.
Oh, good.
While he got Me Too'd.
Good.
And they had to stop because they're not going to give a Me Too guy money.
Good.
You know?
I as much as I love John Landis, I will always point out that he is a murderer.
He is a horrible person.
Yeah, he is a fucking piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I've talked about this on
he
Big
killed
Dumb Monsters.
children.
Yeah.
You know? And legendary actor Vic Morrow. You know,
He
but
decapitated
children.
Vic Morrow. Yeah.
He put those fucking kids in danger. I mean, he killed them, but like he put them in danger without even fucking thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, and he broke rules to do it.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
And he's notoriously just one of those guys where it's like, oh, that's just John. Like,
Yeah.
he's intense. Like, no,
Yeah.
he's an asshole.
He's
like,
an asshole.
Yeah. I've said this before. That was like one of my first lessons in like separating the art from the artist, because I love his
He
fucking
makes
movies.
a lot of great movies.
Yeah.
Even after the fact.
Yeah.
You know, after the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
You know, this whole get up with him and this makeup is the best. You know, with the hair up and half the face burned.
This is a very like Terminator ripoff.
And you're about to see Shane Black in a cameo.
Yes.
There he is.
Yeah. Well, I noticed there's like another black, like the screenwriter maybe or something.
Fred Decker. He was his writing partner.
Fred Decker wrote this?
Yeah.
All right.
I think he directed it too.
It is almost as if we have a internet movie database. No,
they,
he did not.
They wrote Monster Squad together, I believe.
Yeah.
You know.
Mark Goldblatt directed it.
Goldblatt directed it.
Terry Black, that's who it was, wrote it.
Terry Black.
So I'm wondering if it's like a brother or a father.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, I think it is his brother. But I think Decker had something to do with this.
We'll go to cast and crew.
Maybe not.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Shane Black and Fred Decker are like intertwined.
Yeah. Oh, here's the collection of all the villains at the end. I love the scene. We already passed it, but I love the scene when he was combing his toupee on the head. That was so great, you know? I feel like that's something he probably brought to the character, McGavin. Just 'cause he's
Black
such a
and
good
Decker production. Yeah.
A Black
Good
and
one.
Decker production. God damn! How did they not see that?
Yeah.
Fucking James Randi in the background. There he is, James Randi. He's about to expose another fake psychic. Have you ever seen those James Randi videos?
Yeah.
I love him. Well, I think you're not psychic. I think you're blowing that page in the air, you know?
Man, Vincent Price is awesome.
He's the only other guy, except for Steven Seagal, who gets that lighting.
Fucking Steven Seagal.
If you watch any of his modern movies, he does most of his scenes in a chair.
Oh yeah, he's not moving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they use body doubles when he just leaves a room. I'm not even exaggerating.
I have heard like anytime he's just not sitting down, they have to like superimpose his face onto somebody else's body.
I've watched fight scenes with the pause button where you just see anytime it's a shot of him from the back, like if it's a shot of the other actor in the fight getting hit, they use a double.
Yeah.
Seagal doesn't even show up for that shit. He only shows up for him doing the punch with the camera pointing at him.
Yeah. Oh God. All right, we are at we had like 10 minutes left in this. You're like, once Joe Piscopo died, this really did speed the hell up.
Speeds the hell up. And I mean, for people who haven't seen it, Joe Piscopo is under that tarp right there.
Yeah, spoilers.
Yeah, and he's going to be the weapon that Vincent Price uses against Treat Williams. They thought this guy could make a good zombie enforcer. I don't know.
Joe Piscopo's got Weapon X written all over him.
Yeah, he's been sitting in this aquarium all day.
Yeah.
Let's take his soggy body out. You know, speaking of the Terminator, I recently started watching the 4K restoration from last year.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't usually go for remasters and stuff just because it's usually a cash grab.
Yeah.
But man, that looks good. There are times where there are actors on the screen where it looks like, when they de-age them now.
Yeah.
And their faces are so clear.
Yeah.
It looks like that, but like not in a fake way.
Where's that available to watch?
I don't know. They put it out last year,
yeah.
But I was just watching clips of it on YouTube.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, I should pick up this DVD, if they still make it.
Yeah, like some movies just don't look good. Like they need the remaster. Terminator was one of them. Like for a while when they were showing it on TV, it just always looked like shit.
It looked like an old BBC show.
Yeah.
There's
a movie they play now. Fuck, that looks like Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you watch it now, it looks like fucking garbage.
Well, that's because of Michael Bay.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just like the way. I think what it is they use, maybe it must be like early digital or something, and it just doesn't look good at all.
And all those like foggy, filters he uses.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Everything with the lens flares. I know that's usually what's his name there.
J.J. Abrams.
But I think Michael Bay did a lot of that shit too.
Yeah.
It was more about the look. He was trying to emulate Tony Scott's look.
Yeah, the glow
But he
look.
didn't have the fucking content.
It looks
you know?
like something from like 80s like TV in Britain.
Yeah.
You know, it always looked like a little weird. Like
Right, that's
yeah.
what I was saying. The BBC,
Yeah.
BBC, yeah. It's like you're watching an old Doctor Who.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, this movie's less than 30 years old, and it looks like it's from the 60s. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, because Tony Scott really, he pioneered that look. You know, where you would watch a movie, and even Ridley Scott too, where you would watch a movie and you knew just by the look of it who directed
Oh yeah,
it.
like Spielberg. When you see a
Yeah.
Spielberg, oh, this is Spielberg.
You know, Tony Scott. You put on fucking Crimson Tide. You put on True Romance.
Oh,
you
yeah.
put on Top Gun. You put on Days of Thunder. You put on Man on Fire. Like any of them, they all look the same.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like he filmed the movie on like the smoggiest, haziest day in L.A.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like Falling Down has that look, even though Falling Down wasn't directed by Tony Scott, it was Schumacher, but it has that haziest day in L.A. look. You know,
The first Bad Boys has that look.
yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Bay's always trying to go for that look, you know.
Yeah.
Even in Crimson Tide, and it always seems to make sense. In Crimson Tide, they're in a fucking submarine, everyone's sweating. It's like you can see the heat in the submarine. You know?
Yeah. I will also mention I just watched the newest Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Not horrible.
Yeah. I'm off of Will Smith. You know, I'm Team Rock. That's all I'm saying.
Team, not Scientology.
Yeah. You know.
But as far as like your big, giant action movie, like they don't make, they don't make anymore. It's not bad.
See, I was never crazy about the Bad Boys movies in the first place.
I always kind of liked it.
I don't like Martin
Lawrence.
Lawrence, yeah, whatever the fuck his name is. I think he's annoying, and I love cop movies. I love action movies, and there's even a lot of Michael Bay movies that I enjoy. I love The Rock.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. He just annoys the shit out of me, Martin Lawrence. I don't find him funny. You know.
Yeah.
I loved that movie that he did in the 90s, Nothing But Trouble, where it was him and Tim Robbins.
Yes.
And I remember at the time loving it, and then I went back a couple years ago and tried to watch it. Couldn't get through 10 minutes of it. It was so goddamn annoying.
That tracks.
Although I do like a movie that he's in called What's the Worst That Could Happen? And it's him and Danny DeVito, and William Fichtner is in it. And William Fichtner is so fucking funny in this movie.
All right.
Holy shit, dude. If you've never seen What's the Worst That Could Happen, you should check it out. And I'm pretty sure we were talking about old pulp novels. Pretty sure it's based on a Donald Westlake novel.
Okay.
If it's not Westlake, it's one of these guys. And it's like a crime caper. I think even Chappelle might be in it. I think it's Chappelle.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you are right about that.
Chappelle, Danny DeVito.
You're thinking of Screwed with him and Norm Macdonald and Chappelle?
That's right. But you know
Yeah.
what? But What's the Worst That Could Happen is good, though.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got the
yeah.
IMDb right here.
Yeah. I don't want to drag the fucking keyboard out.
I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to make sure that I'm remembering the right one.
Fuck it. I got it.
Since I'm putting my endorsement behind it.
All right, here we go. I cannot even type.
Yep, written by Donald Westlake.
All right.
Stars Martin Lawrence, Danny DeVito, John Leguizamo. I don't remember him being in that, but I remember really liking the movie. And it was a movie that bombed, so I expected it to be bad. Bernie Mac is in it, Larry Miller, Nora Dunn. You were talking about Nora Dunn. William Fichtner. Yeah, he is this fucking detective in it that is trying to get DeVito or Martin Lawrence, because they're like having like a back and forth like war, the two of them. Like Martin Lawrence steals Danny DeVito's ring, his lucky ring.
Yeah.
And then like they just keep trying to like get each other back, and William Fichtner is like this fucking like kooky detective, and I didn't even know he was in it until the first time I watched it, and he comes on, and holy shit, every scene he's in, I am just fucking cracking up. Mitchell. He is an unsung hero, William Fichtner.
Yeah. I still quote fucking fuck.
Shit salad?
Yep.
Yeah.
The most obscure fucking quote.
Yeah. Killing Mona?
Yeah.
Drowning Mona?
Drowning Mona.
Drowning Mona, yeah.
A shit salad?
That's a genuinely funny movie, too. Bette Midler is very funny.
Yeah.
You know, Ruthless People is hilarious. Drowning Mona is funny. And her episode of Seinfeld.
TJ agrees. Yeah. TJ agrees on Fichtner. Yeah, the softball team episode. Wind beneath my wings, my ass.
Okay, so Treat and Joe have just saved the day. And this part baffles me because they seem to have found a doorway to the afterlife in this facility where they resurrect dead guys to rob jewelry stores for them.
Yeah. And why would these two fucking...
A girl's bike.
Yeah, you're right. He does say a girl's bike.
Joe Piscopo. Pedophile. I think. I can't prove. I think.
Oh, I know.
Did he? My best friend is a vampire. Holy shit. Talk about a movie that was on every 5 minutes in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Stars no one you know. Oh, no. You know what? I think that guy is on House who played the vampire.
Let's see.
Robert Sean Leonard. Yeah. Hate that fucking guy. He was on everything in the 80s. He was in Dead Poets Society.
Yeah, I've never even heard of any of these people.
You know Rennie Auberjohn.
Yeah.
Auberjonois, however the fuck you say that. He was in MASH.
Yeah.
And
he was in Police Academy 5.
Yep.
Star Trek, Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, he's the guy who looks like a burn victim in Star Trek.
Yeah.
He's also Dee's former drama teacher on Sunny.
Yeah.
You hideous beast! Yeah, he was in the original MASH.
The Robert Altman film?
Yeah,
All right, yeah.
So that was Dead Heat.
Yeah, we made it.
I give the movie a 7. I give Joe Piscopo a 1. And I only give him that 1 point because he died.
He did us the favor of dying.
He did us the favor of dying, yeah.
Yeah, I did not enjoy this film.
He would have got a 2 if I got to see him die.
And I put that non-enjoyment squarely on the shoulders of Joe Piscopo because really, like, Treat Williams isn't bad in this.
It's a great premise.
Yeah, the effects and the makeup are good. He just he's just so bad and so annoying.
Yeah, he's just yucking it up.
Yeah,
This shtick. The first fucking scene, he's banging his hands on the dash of the car.
again like an ape.
Right, he represents a person that annoys the shit out of you from minute 1.
Yeah.
You know? If you're driving along and your sweet ride and some ape asshole is banging on the dashboard.
Rene Auberjonois is also in the 76 King Kong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is he like maybe one of the crew?
I think on the boat maybe, like,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Or maybe he works for Grodin back in the city.
Yeah.
I don't remember. My favorite part about that movie is the 3-second shot of the giant ape that they hired
The robot?
Carlo Rambaldi to make.
Yeah,
That didn't work.
Giant robot?
Yeah. Cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's in
Didn't work.
one scene for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think it is
And even
literally
in
like-
that scene, it looks so goddamn awful because it's just like this. And I used to love that movie as a kid.
Oh, hell yeah.
That genuinely scared me as a kid.
When we watched it for Big Dumb Monsters, I was like, ooh, this does not hold up.
No.
Yeah.
I remember. I remember you works for Grodin.
Yeah.
Although Jessica Lange in the I love this. Jessica Lange gets saved from the throes of the apes' grips, and they bring her on the boat. They're bringing her back to America, and the captain's like, you know what? Why don't you just take a shower behind my desk? You just go ahead and leave that door open too.
Yeah. He's the oil geologist who tells Grodin they're 10,000 years too early for oil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Charles Grodin was another actor I never got the appeal of also.
No. Although he is really funny in a couple movies.
I think the only movie I can think of that I really liked that he's in was Midnight Run.
Midnight Run. He's
Yeah.
also in The Heartbreak Kid,
Good
which
on
is
that.
really funny.
Oh, I've never seen the original one. I've only seen the Ben
It's hard to
Stiller one.
find.
Yeah.
Some real estate company owns the rights to
Did
it.
you also just come to the realization that you no longer have beer?
Well, I have a tiny little bit left in this one, but I keep grabbing the wrong one.
I did the same thing about
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, The Heartbreak Kid was really funny.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I liked the Ben Stiller one.
Yeah, that was funny too.
Yeah.
We're done with the movie. We don't have to be here anymore, right?
We're good, man.
Fuck everybody. Fuck you all.
We like to pick a movie.
We haven't even talked about what the next movie would be. Well, I did say if you ever want to do a really good movie, I would like to do Cutter's Way. But like, if we want to remain in the spirit of the show, I understand why you wouldn't want to.
Yeah,
do
I'm
that.
not opposed to doing that, but no, I don't, not feeling it for next week. Fun fact: Grodin plays the part of the OJ man. Oh, the old man. The sequel to
Oh,
A
that's
Christmas
right.
Story.
A Summer Story.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that on Showtime because Showtime sucked.
Fuck.
What about one I've recommended before, Never Too Young to Die with John Stamos and Gene Simmons?
Oh God.
This movie is brilliant. Gene Simmons is a trans villain, and John Stamos is the high school son of a spy, played by George Lazenby.
Back to back, but if looks could kill.
This was the movie I brought up during If Looks Could Kill.
Yeah. Shit.
It's good we didn't do them back to back though, because it would have been overload on us.
Let's
you know?
do something like fucking bread and butter, like hardcore, big time action.
Hardcore like porn.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm thinking 80s, maybe a Schwarzenegger flick.
Commando or
Commando or The Running Man.
I'll do either or. You just tell me. I mean, Sub-Zero was in the one we just watched. Why don't we watch Running Man? Sub-Zero was the guy in the
I don't know if they're
And,
doing that on the sci-fi show Regrettable Reviews. On the network.
okay, is that
Not that we can't do
yeah.
it.
Well, then let's do Commando. We could even do Terminator. I don't care.
Let's do Commando. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I know that one like by heart.
Yeah. I feel like we need like a palate cleanser
Palate
before
cleanser.
we do shit again.
We could also talk about the Valverde universe that exists in Joel Silver movies,
All right.
because they go to the country of Valverde, right?
Yeah.
In Commando to kill Dan Hedaya, the Latin dictator of,
Yeah.
of the place.
Famously Latin Dan Hedaya.
Yeah. Kala. But that country is also in Predator.
All right.
It's the country they go to get, well, they don't go
In
there
which
to get
they
the
are
Predator.
predated, yeah.
They go there to get, to find some helicopter that's going down, but then the Predator gets him or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's also mentioned in Die Hard 2, the Latin American dictator played by Italian actor, what's his name? The guy who played Django, Franco Nero.
Oh.
He is from that country.
All right.
It's mentioned in Action Jackson.
No shit.
It's mentioned in a lot of these Joel Silver movies from the late 80s. It might even be mentioned in like Speed or something. There's we can talk about this in detail.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look this up. During
Yeah,
the movie.
I
All
might
right.
even have the name wrong. I think it's Valverde though.
That does sound familiar.
Yeah,
All right, yeah, fuck it, we're doing Commando.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really fascinating, like shared universe before there ever was a shared universe in a movie.
You mentioned a box office bomb a while ago, and I forgot I was going to bring this up. I am one of the few people who watched the biggest box office bomb in cinema history this past weekend.
What'd you watch?
Borderlands.
The trailer looked really good.
No, it didn't, dude.
I thought it looked good. When I saw the trailer, I thought I'd like to see that movie.
From the minute I saw it, I'm like, oh, this is ghetto, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, clearly they were
Yeah,
in Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, the entire color scheme.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had
yeah.
Kate Blanchett. I don't
She's
like
good
Kevin
in it.
Hart.
I will
don't
say,
like Kevin Hart.
Yeah, no. I will say Kate Blanchett's good in it. Like,
Yeah,
you
Jamie
know,
Lee Curtis.
it probably doesn't deserve all the hate that it's getting, but
Yeah.
it is fucking not good at
No,
all.
oh,
Yeah,
that's too bad.
It is very bad.
I don't even like the game, and that's I'm not
Yeah.
biased in that way.
No,
I tried playing the
100%
game,
agree.
and it was too
It's
many
shitty
like,
Fallout.
mutant animals.
Yeah,
It's like if I'm playing a game and I have to play hours of just killing mutant animals in the apocalyptic wasteland before I even get to a person.
Yeah.
I get very frustrated. I need to kill a person.
yeah. The whole time I'm playing it, like I just want to go play Fallout again instead.
Yeah,
Like it's a much
yeah.
better game.
Yeah. They both make me nauseous anyway, so
But no, there was a meme shared in one of the group chats I'm in that somebody was reviewing the Borderlands movie, and it says like, Borderlands is like a soulless, like not very enjoyable experience. And then somebody like retweeted it and said, "Finally, somebody captures the essence of playing a a movie, the video game movie that captures the essence of playing a game."
okay.
Tough Guys with Burt Lancaster, Dana Carvey, and Kirk Douglas was a suggestion.
Oh wow. Yeah, that seems like another movie that's supposed to be funny. That's not. So Valverde has its own Wikipedia page.
No shit.
Yeah. And it lists all the appearances. Commando, Die Hard 2, Sheena
Queen of the Jungle.
is set in Valverde.
Amanda and I were just rewatching that 70s show with, what's her name?
Tanya Roberts.
Tanya Roberts, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God bless her heart. God bless her heart, as Wayne Newton says in the James Bond movie. Wow, it's in a ton of shit that I don't even know. Like, that I'd never even heard of.
Yeah, there's probably shit that, like, shouts it out, like, just to, like, like, newer shit to, like, just to, like, throw an homage to it.
Yeah. So, Commando?
Yeah.
All right.
We will do Commando in 2 weeks. Yeah.
We'll talk about body mass.
Dudes' physiques.
Yeah.
I will shout out to anyone in the Tampa area next weekend. Showgirls. Oh.
I like Showgirls. It's
Yeah.
a good movie.
I'm very
Davi.
familiar with the audition scene in Showgirls. I've watched that one particularly quite a bit. I'll be in Tampa Bay next week at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Friday, I am hosting a panel with artists Georges Jonti and Dexter Vines. They are currently doing like the Star Wars comics for Marvel. I know they're doing Ahsoka and The Mandalorian. On Sunday, I am talking with former co-publisher of DC Comics, Dan DiDio, and former executive editor of Marvel Comics, Ralph Macchio, not the Karate Kid. That's going to be Sunday. I'm looking forward to both of those.
You're like Jordan Schlansky, pronouncing it Macchio.
It is pronounced Macchio.
No,
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching, folks. Again, we'll be back in 2 weeks with Commando. We don't have an outro for the show, so I'm just gonna turn it off. Bye.
Bennett.